Well, young Tim.
We're going down to home of the first commercial winery in America. Where would that be, Randy?
That would be, where, down in Georgia?
Kentucky.
Oh, wait a minute.
Kentucky.
That was close. Do I get any points this week for that?
How many grapes on average does it take to make one bottle of wine?
4?
Number of grapes.
4?
756.
I'm not
The good folks down there in Kentucky have reminded me. And that's about 150 per glass.
150 grapes
per glass.
Really?
750-ish.
Well, my name is Randy Weckerly, and sitting on my left is the young Tim Bona, our national featured writer in Links and Libations for Golf and the Art of Sipping.
Yes.
And this is the Distilleries, Breweries, Wineries of the World, focused on our Links and Libations magazine, coming from where they do the Indianapolis 500, the state of Kentucky, right, Tim? No?
No, I think you're thinking of the horse race.
Oh, I knew there was a race of some sort. What is that race?
The Kentucky
Derby. No?
You've had too many grapes.
I don't know. On the line we have with us, all kidding aside, Chad Peach from Kentucky Wine. And he probably hung up after...
he's tough.
The brilliance.
He's tougher than that.
Forward here.
No, I'm still with you guys.
Well,
Chad.
I think you put the stop clock up for 30 seconds. Hey, Chad, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You?
Well, we're doing well, Chad. Most people think of Kentucky as more of a sweet, for all the fruit and berries and other than grapes down there. Aren't you the number one seller in blackberry wine down there in Kentucky?
Well, actually, we are. That's our number one seller.
Yeah.
Most popular wine.
That's a good thing, and Kentuckians do prefer sweet wines. And you guys have coming up with a sweetness scale of late, haven't you? Are you pretty happy with your scale you use on your bottles?
Yeah, it really helps the consumer. It was created by the Department of Ag. It gives a quality assurance when the consumer goes to the store. It just tells them what sweetness level the wine is, from sweet dessert wine style to dry.
Wow. Now, is that just for red wine, or is that red and white both, or what is?
No, it's universal. It's for sweet wines, dessert wines, white wines, red wines.
That is spectacular, because I am just a sweet white wine drinker. My wife is the opposite, so that'd be excellent.
He's a sweet guy, Uncle Randy. Yep.
I know it, Tim. When we go
anything to help the consumers down there,
Well, I think
because sometimes you open a bottle, and you're like, "Whoa, this isn't what I thought," right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but
it's working real well. The consumers have been receptive to it. It's more information.
Yeah.
So what do you tell us about Kentucky Wine and your organization and what you do and how many members that you have and all the good things of Kentucky Wine?
We've got right now the Kentucky Winery Association is the commercial representation for the industry. We've got about 15, 20 wineries. We're always recruiting to get more new members. We've actually, in the last year, changed our bylaws. So now we have an associate level as well as a vendor level of membership. And what our big focus is to push membership, try to educate the consumer, educate really the tourist coming into the state that we are a quality, grape-growing, wine-making state. And we're up to 75 wineries, commercial wineries. And Department of Ag is a big asset for us. They really promote the agritourism, bourbon industry, the distillers, the local brewers. We all work together to promote each other. And all we're trying to do is really improve quality and put out the best product that we can for the consumer.
Yeah, I was doing some history, and it sounds like Benjamin Franklin started this all back in 1798. He sent out that Swiss-born winemaker Jean-Jacques Dufour. How'd that sound, Randy? Jean-Jacques Dufour.
You are spectacular, my friend.
Was sent at the urging of Benjamin to search the nation for a climate and soil conditions suitable, for growing grapes, and lo and behold, he landed in Lexington, didn't he?
Yep.
And
Nicholasville, Kentucky, the first commercial winery in the United States.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
You never would think it'd be out somewhere out east, and down in Kentucky, right there in the heartbed, right,
Yeah.
not that far away from it. Beautiful. I'm gonna tell
And
you.
within just a few years, they sent some wine back to President Jefferson. He said this is worthy of the best vineyards in France.
It is,
Jefferson says.
And those guys got around.
They just had a couple years to get it going.
I know, and it's amazing. And we've traveled through there on. Well, we've had Betsy Hill is going to and coming back, and Chad Peach, who is with Kentucky Wine, is on the phone with us today. And how did you get started in the business, Chad? What was your history in bringing this in?
Pretty much grew up on a farm. Tobacco was on its way out. UK, University of Kentucky here, was putting a lot of research time, money into alternative crops. So we just attended every field day that we could, became a little bit more self-educated, and chose grapes. And we originally were producing grapes, selling to other wineries. As we had a little bit of history with it, we became intrigued with the winemaking aspect of it and started experimenting and actually became a commercial winery ourselves. And I think a lot of individuals that get into this business are hobby winemakers potentially, or small farmers with an interest in agriculture and winemaking, and from there it just blossoms.
Isn't that so?
Yeah, I think they're up to over 100 wineries now, and almost 500-600 acres of plotted grapes in your state, Chad.
Yeah, we've got about 750 planted acres. Now we're trying to implement, with the Kentucky Grape and Wine Council's help, a grant program to expand vineyards. Our biggest challenge here now is for the amount of wineries that we have. We need more acres of grapes. And so the Department of Ag is working with the Grape and Wine Council to create a grant program that hopefully will start supporting vineyard expansion.
Yeah, what an economic impact, I should say. Nearly 170 million, rumor has it. And, for our folks who really haven't had much sweet wine around the country, just be adventurous. They got peach, elderberry, cherry, pear, blueberry, raspberry, cranberry, pawpaw, sweet potato, dandelion, rhubarb. I mean, I want to come to I want to get down there.
We are going down there.
Black walnut wine.
You must talk to young Betsy Hill.
Yes.
She is just got done with a southern group of tourism boards, and one of those is Tennessee, and one is Kentucky.
Oh man!
And we are going. But anyway, Chad Peach is the guy that to go to see. Great having you on today, Chad. It's really great. Anything that you have going forward in the days ahead, and you want us to get the outreach out through the Distillery Channel, distilleries, breweries, wineries of the world, or our Links Libations magazine, give us a call. We'd love to have you on again. Great job.
Absolutely will. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Chad.
All right, hope the rain stops and get back in the field.
Yeah, get back to work now. Out to the fields he goes. You're welcome.
All right. Thank you all.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. It's still tough work.
We dragged him out of the field for that interview.
We did.
Literally.
Boots a kicking.
Yeah.
I caught him in the field yesterday, right, Chad? You're out staking out a house or whatever.
Justin Thomas, who's playing well on the tour. Number two. He once became number one recently. He's a Louisville boy.
Is
from
that
Kentucky,
right?
Justin Thomas.
I've heard of him.
And, of course, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Muhammad
from Louisville, Kentucky.
Justin Thomas, when he won that $10 million, yes, he has to ask his dad at the end of the year, hey, do we get that check?
That's right.
How'd you like that?
He's been busy.
Thanks, Chad.